Hi and welcome back. I'm here in Guangzhou at the Guangzhou Auto Fair, and where better place to start the auto show than in BYD. Now BYD don't just have a booth, they have a whole hall. So let's go and start checking it out. So if you're not aware, BYD actually have 4 different brands. You have Denza, which is their luxury brand. You have Fantang Bao, which is their off-road brand. They have the standard BYD brand, which is their sort of normal, everyday kind of cars. And they also have Yangwang, which are their sporty, very, very sporty cars. So let's first of all have a quick look around their normal cars. And I just want to highlight you to this here. This is called the Up here in China, but I believe in Europe it's called the Auto. And what's absolutely crazy about this is the price. It starts at 74,800 RMB, and that gets you a 300 kilometer pure electric. Then you can go up to the very top of the range is 119,800. But it's a lovely little car. I believe this is going to be hitting a lot of different markets over the course of next year. Just quickly show you inside. It's quite a basic car, but for the money it is absolutely amazing. I'm sure though when it gets to Europe or other countries it will be more, because you know you got all these countries now, they've got tariffs and stuff like that, but for value for money it's absolutely incredible. I mean it really is. And I do think it's we got the guy cleaning them here. These guys are always giving them a good clean. But I mean, the thing with BYD, right? They are just an astonishing company in a sense that they now export to more than 100 countries around the world, and they're gaining like traction really well in some of the countries because the value for money proposition is extremely good. Like in the UK, they actually sold more cars, I think it was last year, than Tesla. Now that's very, very interesting because, you know, nobody would have thought that, but it's just the value proposition that they're offering. So let's just check this out, because BYD have recently introduced a new charging system, and it's 1 megawatt charging, and it's called, BYD call it their flash charging. So it's fast, they claim it's as fast as refueling. So literally you can add 400 kilometers of charge in just 5 minutes. And that is absolutely incredible. Here's one of the, which is one of BYD's chargers, but their fast charging will work with any charger that can support that level of charging. It's not, it doesn't have to be a specific BYD charger.
多彩车型，万象生活，汉 L、唐 L 欧贴进阶及新车色发布会即刻开启。
I mean, it just blows my mind how many new models BYD bring to market. It's just crazy. Let's go and have a look at Denza. See what's on the Denza. So this is the N9. I've got a feeling I've actually drove this N9, and this is a very, very nice vehicle indeed. It's pretty luxurious. So this one's got the drone pod on. They've got a collaboration with DJI, so you can actually launch a drone from the oh, I can't find the there we go. Oh, so this is the 6-seat version, and as you can see the seats are up at the moment. Once the seats are up you don't get a huge amount of room in the back, but these seats can easily fold down. I can't remember how to do them, but these easily fold down, and here we go. You release it here, I think. Oh, it's not working at the moment. Oh, hang on. No, it's obviously not working, but these fold down, then you have a much bigger space in the back. We'll just close this down, and yeah, let's have a look in the driving seat. So, okay. It's pretty nice. You have to excuse the noise here, but they have a launch of something pretty much opposite us, so it's really loud, but it's got a nice big screen. You got dual 50-watt charging here, cup holders. Let me see, what's this? Oh, you got a fridge here, which is pretty standard in a lot of Chinese cars nowadays. That's interesting. I'm not quite sure what that is there. It's like some sort of big diamond in the corner of the window. I really don't know what it's for. Okay, so this is a sensor. You get facial recognition, so when a driver gets in, it recognizes who you are, puts all your settings, like your seat settings and everything else. This is pretty standard now on most Chinese cars. There's info screens at the front, and then the passenger also got information screen there. I kind of like the idea of this, that you also have some analog buttons, which is kind of cool. Oh, this one is altering the screen when I flick it. But I do still like some analog buttons. Got a fair few controls on the steering wheel. It's got a heads-up display and a sort of info display right in front of the wheel. But they're very nice leather seats. Nice leather seats, very, very comfortable indeed. And let's see if we can have a look, see what the cost of this particular one is, if we can find out. Oh, there's no costings on this one. I can't find out the cost on that one, but I do know the cost on this one here. So this particular model is the N8L. And what's unbelievable about this is it starts at 299,000 RMB for the base model, and then it goes right up to 330,000. Right now it's a hybrid. It does about 1,300 kilometers on a full charge and a full tank of gas. But the middle of next year they will be bringing out a fully electric version. Let's have a look inside. So again, this is the 6-seater version. So you don't have a lot of room in the back when there's a 6 seats. However, once those seats are folded down, you do get quite a bit of room. Full of people at the moment, so I can't jump in. That gives you an idea of what it looks like. I'll just give you a quick view inside the cockpit if I can. Just close the boot down. But I think value for money for this is absolutely insane. Okay, so you just press on this to open the door, electronic doors, and you can see it's got a very similar dash to the other one. What do you think? Oh, okay, so this guy's doing. Thank you. Hanban. All right, so we close the door for him now. Look, electric close on the door. Very, very nice car. That is very nice car. And then we've got the 9 GT here. I actually drove the 9 GT at BYD's headquarters, but this is apparently they're gonna start selling this in Europe, this actual Wukong model, which is surprising. I think it's cool, but I'm not sure whether I'd want to drive around in that. But I guess people into gaming and films might do. I mean, it's a pretty impressive car, but I don't think it's something personally myself I'd want to be driving around in, but it is very interesting. And then here, this is the D9. This is more for like corporate use. So if you ever go to visit a factory in China, you'll generally get picked up in something like this. Is a more normal Z9. This is a really, really nice car. It's very, very good performance. It's quite luxurious inside, as you can see. It's really, really nice. You like it?
Wonderful.
It's really nice, right?
Nice, really
yeah,
nice.
It really is. I was lucky enough to drive this about 2 months ago. It really drives nice.
Have you tried this?
I've driven it before. It's really good.
Okay.
It's very fast.
Okay.
What do you think? It's wonderful, right? Yeah. No, very good. Cheers. Oh, guys, just opening the boot here. Yeah, quite a bit of boot space in there. It's a very, very nice vehicle, that is. I think when I come to change my car, this will be on my shortlist because I really do like that. Looking nice as well in two-tone. This is also the N9. I like this two-tone. It's like a dark maroon brown colour with this like very light silver metallic. I think that looks pretty good. That's a very big luxury car, that is. Look at the seats, man. Got these pillows here. Just look at the back seats. Let's just hop around here and we'll have a look in the other side at the back. Look at those for seats, man. They're like super luxury. Wow. It's very, very, very nice. So this is their Fanchang Bao area, and Fanchang Bao concentrates on off-road. This is the smallest one they do here, and this is the Thai 3. It's quite a cool little off-roader. It's again got quite a nice interior. Got some analog switches here, which I always like to see. I don't like it all too digital, but it's always nice to see a few analog switches. Got a pretty standard display here, info screen behind the wheel, and yeah. Oh, we got some super loud music now. So that's the Thai 3. What's this here? This is the Bao 7 or Thai 7?
Thai 7.
Oh, this is the Thai 7 here. So it's the bigger brother to this Thai 3. Very, very similar interior. Almost identical to the interior. You can see from here. It's got an almost identical interior. It's a bit bigger, a bit more space inside. Quite a large rear boot space. But, yeah. And then over here, this is the Bao 5. This one's sort of kitted out. It's got some roof rack on. It's got some I think some sort of winch on the front. I quite like it in that colour though, the black and silver. It looks pretty nice. Another Bao 7 here. And then here, this is the Bao 8. Again, this is a pretty big luxury vehicle. Got quite a lot going on here. Very, very nice indeed. Just have a quick look. That's the sort of interior, what it looks like. Yeah, it's also pretty spacious in the back. I don't think we can open the door from the back. I think it can only be open. Oh no, here we can. Yeah, you got a lot of space in the back. Pretty big. It's I quite like this car actually. Very, very nice. Oh, the problem is nowadays there's just so many vehicles to choose from. It will be really hard to decide what to buy when I change out a car, because there's just so much choice. So this here again is the Thai 7. Not keen on this gold colour myself, but I'm sure it will sell very well in the Chinese market. Again, not quite as high-end and luxurious as the Bao. I think the Thai range is meant to be sort of a bit of a cheaper option, but it is also very, very nice car. And it's just incredible the value BYD can deliver in cars. It really is. And I think Personally, I think Chinese cars will become very, very dominant. It's kind of funny really how over the last years these foreign brands have all made so much money in the Chinese market, and now you have Chinese innovation EVs has absolutely leapfrogged the West, and all the Western countries are now panicking that they don't want Chinese brands selling in their country, so they're imposing huge tariffs and so forth. You know, China had just got their act together with manufacturing of EVs, and that's the bottom line. You know, the legacy automakers have been just not fast enough to innovate. This is Yangwang, and Yangwang are kind of BYD's sort of sports cars. And you can see here, this is the Yangwang U9, and I believe this has just broke the record of the fastest car ever on the Nürburgring. I think it was other brands held that, and now BYD have actually taken that place. I don't think it was the standard road edition. I think it was a sort of special edition. But yeah, this is the Yangwang U9. I mean, it is pretty impressive. There's a bit of video going on the screen there of it. It looks super, super cool. It's not a car I would buy, I think, from a practical point of view. But if you've got the money, then, you know, this is fractions of the price of the equivalent Lamborghini, Ferrari kind of thing. Okay, it doesn't yet have the pedigree, but I'm sure BYD will be building that pedigree. It's an absolutely lovely car. Oh, beautiful car, very stylish. I could see myself in that. I could definitely. I'm not so keen on these like chromey bits here. I think they look better in black. But it's a very nice car. I got dual dual wireless chargers there. Oh god, I can feel a massage going on in the back of me. Some like balls in my back. So another thing I want to talk to you about for BYD is their Tiantian, and that means God's eye. It's their assisted driving system, and I was lucky enough to try it out not too long ago on the Denza M9, and I tell you, it is really, really impressive. And actually, up until recently, Huawei's system has always been considered the best system for ADS. But I think the key here is that BYD now have about 1.5 million vehicles, collected millions of kilometers of data every single day. And that's really, really important, because the more data you collect, the better the system will become. And they have 3 levels of system. So the top level of system is deployed on their Denza models. But I was very, very impressed when I tried it on their Denza. But as you can see, it's even on their sort of smallest models, and it can handle, I think, 300 different parking scenarios. And you can see it parking here. And actually, I actually use the parking assist all the time, because it actually makes parking super, super easy compared to doing it manually. And yeah, it's really good. So I think it's going to be really interesting. I mean, it's improving, the ADS is improving massively here in China, and some of the situations in China are very, very complex, much more complex than abroad, because you have the e-bikes, you have a lot of e-bikes who don't abide by the rules here, so the system has to take all this into account. You get a lot of people who illegally park. So yeah, I mean, the system is very, very impressive, and I think BYD system is also very, very impressive. So that wraps up the BYD haul. I honestly think that in the coming years, BYD could turn into one of, or probably the world's biggest automaker. Their exports are just skyrocketing at the moment. They offer extremely good value proposition in their vehicles, and yeah, I just see them just growing and growing. As a content creator here in China, I travel a lot. I carry a lot of equipment, and I found this backpack stroke wheeled case from PYG Tech, and it's absolutely brilliant. It's got space for all my stuff, fully protected. It's even got space for my MacBook Pro, something which a lot of cases don't have because that's quite big. And I can just put it all in there, zip it up goes the handle, and away I go. When you come to grass or stairs, it can just convert straight into a backpack. You put it on your back and away you go. And the other great thing is it fits perfectly as a carry-on on aeroplanes. So check out this from PYG Tech, really cool piece of kit. So from here you can just get a sense of the BYD hall. It's like just massive. They have so many different vehicles, and as I said before, the price proposition is just crazy good. So this is Great Wall Motors, and they actually do some motorbikes as well. Just check that out. That's a flipping pretty cool touring motorbike. Oh, it looks like a 2000cc maybe. That's kind of bikes that rival Harley Davidson. You got one here as well, look at that. That's a pretty cool touring bike. Let's check out the seat on that. Man, that's mad. Whoa, very nice. Anyway, the Great Wall Motors are famous for their brand called Tank, and they have some impressive vehicles. It's like a search and rescue one here. It's got a drone up on the top there, look. You very rarely see these kind of vehicles around China. They're more for the export market, like a pickup truck here. I guess this would be popular in places like Australia and Thailand maybe, but you just don't see many in China. Oh, this is an interesting one here. They've got it kitted out as a little mobile home. You've got a sleeping area in there, and all sorts of things, like a little cooking stove here, so you can chill in there. And yeah, interesting. Thanks. We've got lots of pickups here. Big harness winch on the front. It's the media day today here, so that's why there's so many. I mean, look at that. That's a very chunky vehicle, isn't it? Look at that. It's massive. And then you've got the more sort of road-going ones here. This is what's this one? Oh, this is the Tank 300. The Tank 400 here. It's, I think these are actually hybrids. I'm not a big fan of the interior. I think they've got too much analog switches, to be fair. But yeah, this is Haval. That's a big chunky vehicle. I think that would do well in the US market for sure. US market likes these kind of big pickup trucks. Right, let's go and have a look on BMW. BMW have been a little bit behind in the Chinese market. BMW have always been the sort of car that, you know, if you've made money in China, you buy a BMW or you buy a Mercedes, but that's changing. I actually love these minis, but like I said in previous videos, I think they're just too expensive for the Chinese market. You don't see that many around. You got the Countryman here, but they start at about 350,000 RMB, which I think is way too expensive for cars in the Chinese market. Well, I'm not liking that. I don't like that at all. That's kind of interesting. They got a round screen in the middle, keep you with the sort of old retro style mini display, but I don't like that cloth on the dashboard at all. I think that looks absolutely cheap and horrible. But I would like a Mini, because I really do like Minis. But yeah, I just think they're too expensive. A Mini Paul Smith. I actually wish a Chinese company would buy them. If a Chinese company bought them, they would be way cheaper. So yeah, it's what it is. Right, next, let's go and have a look at Volvo. Now, Volvo used to be a Swedish company. They still kind of are, but they've been bought by Geely, which are a Chinese company. And as I was growing up, it was always that if you wanted a safe car, you buy a Volvo. Volvo were always seen to be very safe cars. And I believe Geely still have a lot of their engineering in Sweden, but they're actually manufactured now in China, and Geely factories in China. And this is the XC70. Oh, you can see, look, this gives you an idea. So they've actually kept the safety. They have these steel reinforcements in the doors and all the panels. They're probably still one of the safest cars on the market, I guess. And here's some of their 2025 models. So this is the XC90, which is it's a really nice car actually. They're probably not as technologically advanced as some other Chinese brands, but they are quite nice. Got some leather trim on the dash here. I'm not a big fan of that, but it doesn't look too bad. Oh yeah, you can have a bit of a scene there. I'm not sure what kind of price these are. I don't think they're the cheapest. Oh, this must be a diesel or a hybrid, I guess, because it's got an engine right in there. Anyway, let's continue over and have a look at another GWM brand, Aura. I actually did a live stream at one of their events. This looks like a new one, the Aura 5. Not seen this one before. Oh, this is slightly bigger. It's, hello. Hi. That's the inside of the Aura 5. Slightly bigger than the other Auras they've done before, I think. And then let's have a look down here. I quite like the colour of this one in that sort of kiwi green. They're obviously trying to appeal to a young market with this one. Okay, we'll move on because it's getting a bit loud. They've got something going on here. But yeah, I mean, there's just so many cars. I actually feel that Great Wall Motors were a bit late to the EV game, and I think they're spending a lot of money now to try and catch up. But yeah, I mean, there's a big company behind them, so I'm sure they will be successful in the EV market. But I just feel that some of these new companies like the Xiaomi's and the Huawei's and the BYDs, I just think their offerings are a little bit better, to be fair. So we got the BMW M3 here. Here we've got an M5, and it seems on the BMW stand they're still pushing a lot of the sort of gas-powered cars. So this says here you can pay basically 5,000 a month to have one of these cars, but I just feel that certainly in China that the market is moving to electric. This looks like their sort of concept car here, or new class BMW Vision. Not really that keen on that. It's those door handles are very, very strange, like a little hook at the bottom of the mirror. I'm not really keen on that. Not sure if I like that or not. It's I don't know. What do you think in the comments? Do you think that's a nice BMW or not? Let's see if we can find some BMW electric vehicles. This is a 5 Series. This could be an electric one, possibly. Let me see if we can find out anything here. Vicky, is this electric? I don't know. I can't work out whether that's electric or not. It's kind of hard to tell here on the BMW stand what's electric and what's not. Again, not really so keen on that. I just think that the Chinese vehicles, I just think Chinese brands are just surpassing these. I think BMW and Mercedes sales are holding up pretty well in China, but I think that's just because they're seen as a mark of luxury. But I think there are now other brands who are eating into their market share here. So this is Rover, and if you're watching from England, this was formerly Rover. Rover was bought by a Chinese company and made these. I'm not going to go on because actually I'm not really very impressed with their cars. They bought Rover, they bought MG, they've done some cool things with MG, which we'll have a look at in a bit. But the Rover brand, I just don't think it's very good. Lincoln here, I think Lincoln, they're losing market share rapidly in China. I just don't know now people who would buy a Lincoln. There are much better Chinese alternatives available. General Motors have made a lot of money in the Chinese market, but I think they're really struggling nowadays to maintain their sales level, because Chinese cars have just overtaken what they're doing. Now, over here we have Auto. Now, Auto is a joint company between Ceres and Huawei, produce all the technology. And I have an Auto M5, although they now have a new M5. But I'm interested to look at the new M7. They have the new M7 out. Autos are really nice. This is the M8 here. They have now the M5, the M7, the M8. Oh, this is the new M7. Let me have a look at the new M7. Oh, the front's a bit more stylish. Interestingly, they now have the M7 in a pure electric version. In fact, when we bought our M5, we actually did want the M7, but unfortunately, at that time, they only did a hybrid version, but now they have a pure electric version. And I really like the M7. It's a very, very nice car. We can, they've restarted the dash as well. That's quite different to the previous M7, but again, very, very nice the M7 is. Here's the M5, which I have. This is actually the newer version of the M5 than mine, but I must say I'm really, really pleased with my M5. It's an absolutely lovely car. It's not too big, it performs well, it's absolutely great. Again, they've updated the interior very, very slightly. This bit down here is different to on mine. You don't get the all through like this large space down here. You've got two smaller pockets. They've now got 100 watt charging here. I've only got 60 watt. But yeah, I mean, I'm very, very pleased with my M5. And this is the biggest one of all, the M9, which is a very, very luxury vehicle indeed. Also a nice vehicle. Not the kind of car I buy, a bit too big for me. I think the M7's okay, and yeah, I think this is another M7 here, or is this the M9? Let me have a look. Oh, this is the M7. So yeah, this is the new M7, which actually I really like this. Let's have a quick look inside. It now comes with electronic doors, which ours doesn't. But yeah, this is the they've updated the interior quite significantly by the looks of it. This styling on the dash is much different to the previous version. The passengers also got an info screen. What's this? Okay, there's a little storage bin here. Again, you've got wireless chargers. Not sure what power those are, but yeah, you've got wireless chargers. You've got a big area underneath here for storage. Yeah, it's very, very nice. It's just a shame that when we bought ours, there wasn't a full electric. The hybrid version does 1,650 kilometers on a full charge and a full tank. Let's try and find out what the pure electric does on a full charge. Okay. So on the pure electric, if you buy the model with the biggest battery, it does 700 kilometers on a full charge. That will be CLTC. So in real world scenario, you would get somewhat less, maybe 600, but that's still pretty good. At one time, I think changing my M5, I would have considered an M7, but I actually think there's some nicer cars now. I like the Avatar 06, and I also like the Luxeed. I think it's the R9T, which is the estate version. We'll see if we can find that in a while. But I really like that one. But yeah, this M7 is very, very nice indeed. And having Huawei do the technology is just top notch. It really, really is. So this is another Chinese brand, iCar. But the thing is, I see these exhibitions, but I haven't yet seen one of their cars on the road. It's kind of a bit basic inside. You got a screen in the middle, but you have a very basic. There's no OSD. It's a little bit boxy and square. I'm really not sure. Oh, they've just got a sales thing on the screen. Here we go. But I'm really not sure what market they're aiming at. I feel that this one, unless it's backed by a larger company, I've got a feeling it's not going to survive, because the cars are okay, but I think that, as I say, I just haven't seen any. I don't know who actually buys them. Whether they've got some export markets, I don't know. But this is called iCar V270. It appears it's the only model they have. But as I say, I've never seen any of these on the road, not even one, and I've travelled extensively around China. It's got a very little display. I would imagine these are not so expensive. Let's see if we can find out a price. So just asked, they are actually hybrid, and it will be around 200k. It's only launched today here, but again, I don't know. They seem a good price, but I think there's better options on the market. I just wonder whether iCar, as I say, unless they're backed by somebody big, I wonder whether they'll be around in a few years. I'm not so sure. I actually think there's going to be a lot of consolidation in the Chinese market overall. There's a lot of players in the market at the moment, probably too many. But I feel some of the legacy automakers here are just not on the ball as much as the new generation. The only company I think who are a bit on the ball are Geely. Geely have some really nice vehicles. Here's Chery. I'm not going to go on Chery. They have some fairly nice cars, but the video will be just too long. Here we got a Maxus. I don't really know much about Maxus. It seems they have some vans over here. We have, this is all part of Chery. Chery are a bit like a GWM where they have multiple brands and a lot of different models. So I'm not gonna focus too much on them. This is quite a nice electric van here. Starting to see more and more electric vans on the road in China, and actually incidentally electric trucks as well. This is a sort of pickup truck, very beefy kind of car. So this is the Huawei stand, and they're showcasing all the cars that their drive system is used in, I guess. Huawei have a lot of reach in cars. A lot of people are using their system. It seems as though Audi are using Huawei's system. I wasn't aware of that, but from what I'm seeing here, Audi are definitely using their system. They actually have version 4 out now of ADS, but we don't have yet version 4. There's obviously an important person here. Oh, I'm getting stuck in the media scrum. Whoa. Okay, I'm getting stuck in the media scrum, so let's get out of the way. What's this one here? This is the Stellato S9. I actually like the S9T. Let's squeeze around here. This is the H5. Oh, this is the new SAIC one, the H5. I think this is going to be pretty competitive actually. Let's see if we can find some. Oh no, there's no pricing, it seems, just pictures. I don't see any pricing on there. Yeah, I think this has this is a bit more basic than the M series, but I believe the price is very competitive on this. Quite a nice interior, quite similar to the M5. Maybe not as high level, but pretty nice. Okay, so there's a lot of media, so we won't go that way. Which one's this? Oh, this is a Nissan. Seems as though Huawei are going to be providing the ADS for Nissan as well. Very interesting. This is the M9 here. So yeah, Huawei are obviously making a big impact into the ADS space, the auto driving space. They're now partnering with Audi for one of their models. They've partnered with Nissan. Previously, I was only aware it was on some of the Chinese joint ventures, but it seems they've got a lot more now going on. Oh, they can't go on by the looks of it. So this is MG, but it seems they don't have a lot of cars on the stand. It looks like they've got some launch event going on, but if you're from the UK, you'll recognise the MG brand. It's no longer a UK brand. It's now owned by, I think, SAIC, which is a Chinese company. They bought it when it basically went into liquidation in the UK. But the cars they bring out under the MG brand are pretty nice. It's Deepal, and over the coming years, you're going to see a lot of Deepal cars appearing in Europe. It's part of Chang'an, and yeah, they've got big plans for the European market. So here you've got Ford. I'll be honest, I really don't know why Ford still continue to bother in the Chinese market, because again, I see almost zero Fords on the road in China. Well, I wouldn't say zero. I'd say I see the very odd one or two, but it's just not a thing at all. I don't know anybody who would buy a Ford. They're probably not even competitively priced in China, and compared to what you can get for your money from a Chinese brand, I just can't see them doing a lot of sales at all. There's so many foreigners at this show. It's unbelievable, isn't it? Oh, you mate? You all right?
Way too many.
You studying your script there, lad?
Yeah. No, I'm about trying to film.
You just keep getting interrupted by these foreigners, right?
Not foreign, with too many vloggers. Too many vloggers in this world.
This is Hongqi, and it's probably the most famous brand in China, and the reason that is they supply all the cars to government and Xi Jinping. I actually went to their factory some time ago, but that bus is looking a bit cool. That looks a very luxury bus over there, but for some reason we can't get access to the booth because it seems to be closed from 11:30 till 4:30. So let's carry on and see what else we can find. Oh, is that another Hongqi stand up there? Okay, that must be their super premium. Look at that big red car there. That's crazy big, isn't it? That is huge. Whoa. But these are the kind of cars where you need, you can't just buy them. There's some of these that you need to be invited to buy. You're not just allowed to buy them. You have to be invited. Anyway, let's go to Hongqi's other area, which is over here. They're part of First Auto Works, and these are some of the more sort of normal cars. Kind of like this yellow colour. It's looking nice, that is. Got a live streamer going on here. Got many different cars. The HS6, again, very, very nice cars, these. Hi. These are all their sort of cars they sell to regular people. The HS7, let's just have a quick look inside. These will be very luxurious inside, I can tell you. Yeah, look at that. They're done quite nice inside. They've got a large screen here which is not on. Yeah, very, very nice, very plush. Okay. I'll be honest, I don't see a lot of these on the road. You do see one or two, but you don't see huge amounts. Again, a legacy car automaker, First Auto Works. So this is interesting. It seems we have a rabbit, a Volkswagen Rabbit, and then girl posing for some photography there. And then here we have a fox. What's that all about then? It's quite a small VW, bit basic inside. I don't know what model it is. Let's see if we can find out. It's kind of interesting though. Just not sure of the model. Hello. I don't know the model. Oh, it's the ID4. Okay, so it's the ID4. Again, Volkswagen used to be a huge brand in China. In fact, we had a Volkswagen before our Auto, but they're really sort of struggling sales-wise because they've just been overtaken by you know, Chinese brands. They've now got a joint venture with FAW, and they also have a joint venture with Xiaopeng. So I think a lot of the new Volkswagens coming out will be built on the Xiaopeng chassis because they're just so far behind in technology. I think a lot of these European legacy automakers were sort of not embracing the EV platform fast enough. The majority of the cars now in China are sold are EVs. I think it accounts for almost 60% of all sales new energy vehicles. So legacy automakers that were still pushing a lot of gas cars have just seen their sales fall, basically. Right, so let's check out Xiaopeng stand. They have some nice cars, Xiaopeng do. This is their sort of lower model. the M03. Yeah, I kind of like this. It's a pretty nice car. Yeah, very nice. That is. It's a very good. They have some really good technology, Xiaopeng do. Oh, this is interesting. They have their flying contraption machine here. That's quite interesting. This actually fits into the back of that vehicle there. So you can take it, you can unfold it, and you can take off in it. Not sure when this is going to come to market. I believe this is a working prototype, but it's called Arridge. But yeah, it fits in the back of this vehicle, and yeah, you can drive somewhere and then take off in your drone kind of thing. Anyway, onto the cars. This is, I don't know what this one is. What's this here? I don't think I've seen this before. Oh, the X9. Okay. That's quite a large vehicle. Not my kind of vehicle. I don't know how this would drive, but I tell you, I remember having a Chrysler Voyager and it was like driving a big boat. It was absolutely terrible. So I'm always put off by these kind of huge sort of people carrier vehicles, but I do know some Chinese like them, or it's not my kind of car. Oh, this is the some footage of the Xiaopeng robot that everybody didn't believe was real because it was so realistic looking. Yeah. Oh, this is nice. The new P7. Wow. Gull wing doors. I didn't know we had gull wing doors. Some carbon fibre on the mirrors here. Yeah, quite nice interior on the Xiaopeng. I like that. It's very stylish. I like how that screen is tilting slightly towards the driver. Got a very minimalistic display here. Nice kind of sports wheel. Looks good. It's, this looks like an electric fin on the back. That's very smart, that is. Yeah, I kind of like Xpeng stuff. Xpeng are going to be one of those companies that do very well. Oh, this is the robot here. Look, this the actual leg. Look, this is the one that people just couldn't believe walked as good as it did. It was very natural, which is it's quite interesting. They've done it as a female as well, because most companies actually do it as a male. They've done it as a female. Very interesting. And over here we have the G9 again. That's nice. I think I looked at the G7 before we bought our Auto, but at that time the Auto had better ADS. But I do like this, the G9. It's kind of similar inside the G7. Not exactly the same, but quite similar. But yeah, it's just quite a nice. But I do like this new P7. I think that's very stylish. I'm not sure about that. I'm not quite sure what that's all about. Maybe it's just for this exhibition, but I do like it. It looks very stylish. It's got a big carbon fibre thing on the front. Yeah, I do like that. Right, next, who are we finding now? Right, Yima. So, this is the joint venture with Huawei and some of the Huawei cars. The RS, the R7. I actually quite like these cars, the look seeds. This is the R7. They now have an R7 Touring, which is an estate version. I'll see if I can find that. I do like this look-see R7. See if we can find the R7 Touring. No, that's the S7. It doesn't look as if they have the R7 Touring here, which is the estate. So lovely cars. Well, let's go over here to Avatar. Now, Avatar is a venture between, I think it's Chang'an, CATL who supply the batteries, and Huawei who supply the technology. Now, I really like the Avatar 06 or some model ready to do something here. I really like this 06. I think it's such a nice car. It's not too big, kind of sporty. But I like, they've got the digital mirrors, which are actually cameras, and you've got an interesting interior. You see this? So this is your view from your mirror, and then you got the whole thing right across there. Display here, pretty cool. Now we need to turn the volume down. We get a copyright issue. Yeah, but this is really nice. You got the mirror here, and you got the mirror screen over there, and you got all this real estate in front of the car. You got this screen here. It's like almost a square-shaped wheel. It's very nice. Back. Let's have a look at the room in the back. This would definitely go on my consideration list. It's not bad. I've got pretty long legs and there's still room in the back. This will be definitely going on my short list when I come to change my Auto M5, because it is a very nice car. It looks pretty cool in this metallic coral colour here. I do like that, and it's very reasonably priced. I think it starts at about 260,000 RMB. And then here we have the Avatar 12, which is the big one. Again, a beautiful car. Lots of technology, because Huawei do all their technology for this. But I do like this. This is also nice. This is probably a bit out of my price range, and it's probably I wouldn't be so interested in such a big car. But again, you've got a very similar interior. This whole real estate across the dash, center screen, very luxurious inside. Nice car. In the back, quite a bit of room in the back as well. It's nice. I like the Avatars. Lots of technology. Xiaomi have done an amazing job, because they were not a car company, but they've kind of transformed into a car company. So this is the YU7. It's quite a nice vehicle. I don't know yet whether Xiaomi are in any foreign markets, but I think they definitely have plans to. But here in China, they've done very well. A bit of a setup to show you how big it is there. They've done very well in the Chinese market. This is the SU7. I think it's available in the Standard, the Max, maybe the Pro, the Max. It's available in 3 or 4 models, and then you've got the Ultra. I've actually seen quite a few of these SU7s on the road. YU7 here. I kind of like this green colour. Very interesting. It looks a bit turquoise-ish on the screen of the camera, but I do like that. So this is another YU7 in silver. Yeah, they're getting I must say though, I do think that Xiaomi tend to overpromise and underdeliver. When the car was launched, they said very quickly it will be the best self-driving car. But actually, I have a friend and he won't use the self-driving because he doesn't feel confident with it. I actually think at the moment Huawei and BYD have the best self-driving systems. However, I'm told Xiaopeng's is pretty good, but I haven't actually tried that myself, so I can't really comment on it. So let's go and have a look at Onvo. Now, I don't know a great deal about Onvo. I just know it's a sort of mid-level brand of Neo. it's got a kind of a little bit of a, I wouldn't say a stigma, but people are some people refer to it as it's like the, if you can't afford a Neo, you buy an Envo. But they look quite nice cars. They've got a lot of the Neo technology, but they are significantly cheaper. I do actually feel that Neos are overpriced now in the Chinese market compared to the competition. So this is the L90. It's a very, very nice car. It's got a very sort of minimal interior, which I quite like. Some have like too much in the interior, but it's a very nice interior. Let's have a look. I can't. Ah, okay. So yeah, let's have a quick look in the back. Yeah, it's very, very nice. You've got this split seat that you can recline and bring forward. Oh, you've even got a screen here, look, which is quite nice. But yeah, I do like it. It's very clean, very minimal. Again, I think their auto driving is a little bit lacking at the moment. And this one here, this will be the L60, the smaller one. Again, quite a nice car. Pretty similar interior, very minimal, which I like. And here we have the chassis to show you how they build a lot of safety into the chassis here, which is pretty good. Okay, so we've got the L60 and the L90. I do like them. They're pretty nice. Just a quick peek into the back of this one, and again into the front, so you can kind of see. That's nice. At one point, I actually thought Neo were going to go bankrupt, and still their sales are not amazing. They've got better sales if you go across all their brands, which is the Envo, the main Neo, which is the higher end luxury. You've got the Envo, and they have a really low end brand called Firefly. I'm not sure how that's doing, but their sales figures are starting to get better across all three brands, and they've also had a lot of financial backing from various parties, and I think the Shanghai and the Beijing government have also said they're going to fund some charging stations. Now, battery swapping, which is Neo's kind of USP, was huge when it took an hour or two to charge a battery, because you could swap in literally 2 or 3 minutes. However, now you can get, like BYD, you've got this new flash charging, which you can literally charge 400 kilometers in 5 minutes. It kind of negates that a bit, but the only thing that people will still say, Neo owners will still say, is that you can have a new battery, because it's hard to replace the battery on a standard EV where it's built into the chassis. And that is somewhat true. However, you now have CATL, who are building batteries that can do, maybe 1 million kilometers or many cycles of charge. So it's more than likely the rest of the car will be wore out before you need to replace the battery. So I think Neo's main selling point is becoming not so important now with the fast charging and the new battery technology. But I've experienced the Neo swap myself, and it is very, very impressive. This car over here, this has been nicknamed the Chinese Maybach, because it's their very high-end model. I've got to say, it looks pretty nice. It looks really, really nice. Look at that, it's beautiful. That looks really, really good. Let's see if we can get in and have a closer look. 谢谢你，谢谢你. Oh, so this is the S800 Whoa, this looks absolutely beautiful. I can already see inside there's a huge screen. This is really, really kind of luxury in here. Whoa. A little press of the button. It's got plenty of luggage space there. And we just close that down again. There's somebody sitting in it right now, so we'll wait till they've finished. Let's go and have a look at this one here. Oh, they are really, really nice. I'm not sure the exact cost. Yeah, you got a massive screen that goes right across, look. Whoa. Oh. Electronic door. Wow, look at, well, you even got this like privacy thing, so the back passengers can have absolute privacy. Look at the leg room in it. It's huge. It's like a business class seat on an aeroplane. Wow. Oh, we even got some screens, look, in the sides of the doors. Wow. I'm sure they will sell these without a problem because it is absolutely beautiful. Oh, look at the front of it, man. That is a very, very large car. And the screen real estate, wow. That's a huge screen in there. Hello. Wow.
You are the media? Or
Yes. Yes. Do you like it?
Of course.
Are you going to buy one?
I can't afford it.
I think it's quite an expensive car, but it's very nice, isn't it? It's very luxury.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Yes. It's a very, very nice car. Maestro. Yeah, very, very nice. Okay, so you can see all the different cars. Huawei put their technology into. You've got the M7, the M9. We've got the Lux Seeds up here. I think this is the R9T, which is the estate version. I actually really like this. This has some nice style and some great. You know, you look at the room in the back. It's really good. That is. I really like that. And there's the standard S9 here. That's the standard S9. This is the R7. Really, really nice cars. This is the S7, the original S7, and these. I can't remember. This is the H5. Yeah, it's not for me. It's a bit basic, but I think that's the selling price is going to be pretty competitive. I'm not sure how much, but I think it'll be pretty competitive. But again, it will be I think the cheapest car with Huawei's technology when that is into the market. Voya over here. They got a pretty impressive car here. What's this one? I'm not sure what this is, but it's certainly a big car. What's the inside like? It's pretty nice inside too. Let's have a look in the back. Yeah, pretty luxurious in the back as well. Whoa. I won't spend too much time on Voya stand because there's other brands to do. I mean, the thing here in China, there's just so many brands. You pick your budget, and there's just so much choice. You know, there's just so much choice. There's a huge amount of choice. This is Lynk & Co. And I like some of the Lynk & Co vehicles there. They're very, very nice. They are all part of the Geely stable. And I think a lot of the cars now of Geely, they're getting a lot of input from Volvo design. I mean, this is the Lynk & Co 10. Reminds me a little bit of the Zeekr 01, but very, very nice car. A Lynk & Co 900. Oh, check out that display on the front. Gimmicky, but looks kind of cool. Again, these are very, very nice interiors. Kind of like this bright orangey tan colour. A big massive screen there. A little small display behind the wheel there for your information. Very nice. What do you think? Do you like it?
It's good.
It's good, right?
I have
Yeah.
CEO.
Oh, you have seen me.
Bilibili.
Ah, yeah. Yeah. I also like Zeekr. Zeekr is all good, yeah. Same company, Geely. All right, take care. Somebody who recognised me. Oh, what's this one? Don't recall seeing this before. This is a little sporty car. Oh, the Lynk & Co Z20. Oh, whoa. Interesting. Kind of a nice little car. Interior. I mean, one thing that the Geely Group focus on is safety, and because it's their kind of Volvo history, they bought Volvo many years ago, and they used a lot of technology. Well, this looks pretty cool here. This is kind of beastie. The 03. Whoa. That's a pretty aggressive looking car. I bet the 0 to 100 on that's pretty quick. Got a very good looking young lady sitting in the driver's seat here. Hi. Oh, looks pretty cool. There's a lot of well, this looks nice as well. Whoa, what's this? A Mia. Wow, I'm liking the look of that. Whoa, that's looking cool. I actually love this yellow. Whoa, man. I love the way they finish off their upholstery, like this yellow stitching and yellow piping. Makes it look really nice. We've got a young lady joining me here in the car. What do you think? Do you like the car? Yes. It's very nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
I really like it. Carbon fibre here. Nice to see some.
It's manufactured in Wuhan.
Ah, Wuhan factory. Okay, it's Geely Group. Yeah, Geely Group. Oh, I know why I like it so much. It's their Lotus. So, if you don't know that the Geely Group purchased Lotus, so it's now a Chinese company, interestingly, but it's very, very nice. All right, thank you very much. Have a great day. Bye bye. I didn't recognise it as a Lotus. Now we come round to the front. Look, boom! There's the Lotus badge. Used to be a British company, not anymore. It's a Chinese company. That's the Zeekr 001. The Zeekr 001 is a nice car, and that is a nice car. Look at that. I bet that is fast. That is beautiful. Look at all the carbon fibre mirrors, carbon fibre spoiler on the back. Oh, that's so nice. And then here we have the 007. I actually test drove this, not this particular model. This is the sort of sport model, but it's also a beautiful car. But this 001R, whoa, I'd love one of those. Sadly though, they don't have the motorsport sort of culture like in the UK. There's very few roads you could actually push this to its limits on, and there's very few like people into doing like track days and stuff here. So that would be nice, but I just don't know where you could use it. But it's very, very nice. Right over here is Firefly. which is NIO's budget brand. That's kind of cool how that's done. I really don't know the pricing on this Firefly, but they're quite nice little cars. It's great as your first car or for like a couple's car. Not so useful for a big family. They've got a really a sports kind of version here, look, which looks pretty cool. That looks really, really nice. Oh, it's called Storm Eye. But that looks well good. Yeah, it's looking nice, that is. I tell you what, when I was a teenager, I would have loved a car like this. Let's have a look inside. Oh, it's quite nice inside. They got this little extra toy on here just as a show. It's pretty spacious actually inside. So my first car was a Mini, and I love that car. But this is pretty spacious inside. You've got a nice little display behind the steering wheel, center console. They're quite minimal, but quality looks really nice. At back, I like how they do these yellow seat belts to match the paint as well. So yeah, it's okay. Oh, that's the window. I don't know how to get out. Here's the door. Here's the door pull, kind of hidden. Yeah, kind of interesting. Hello. And now we're going on to NIO's main stand. As I said before, NIO was a company that I thought were going to go bust, but they seem to be doing a bit better now. So this is the ES8. I do still think that they're a bit overpriced. This is the ES8, and then I guess over here will probably be, what's this over here? Oh, Rocks. Oh, that's a different one. The ES6. That's the ET5. What's that? That's the EC6. I think they have too many models now. So this is their latest one. I kind of a bit surprised they spent so much money developing this, the ET9. I haven't actually seen one on the road yet. I kind of think they wasted their money developing this because the sales are not going to be amazing. Although it is a very, very nice car, it has some unbelievable suspension and features. I just think NIO need to try and concentrate on selling cars instead of wasting huge amounts of money developing cars like this. Another ET9 here in a two-tone, which it actually looks quite nice. It's kind of, I don't know, I mean it is a nice car, it's a very luxury car, but I just don't know whether people would spend the money on this or they would buy a Mercedes or a fairly high-end BMW. I think NIO need to work a bit more on their brand image. I know there's a few sort of people bought them, but from what I understand, they haven't sold a great deal. But just for the amount of money they've put into developing it, they need to sell a fair few to recover that. Although I suppose some of that technology will filter down to sort of other models in the range lower down. And this is Audi, not Audi, Audi. And this is their kind of, Audi did a rebrand for the Chinese market because actually their cars really started not to sell well. So they created a new brand, still called Audi, but this one is for the Chinese market. And it will be interesting to see how they do. I'm not sure how they compare price-wise, but I'm kind of liking a look at that. Audi, as you know, have a great pedigree, and they were a very good seller in the Chinese market for that medium to high-end segment, sort of mid to higher end. They sold well, but I think they started to lose sales. But this is their concept. But it seems as though they're trying to win some of the Chinese market back with this new Audi branding. They're using the, I grew up with that same Vorsprung door technique that was on all the TVs in the UK. Oh, this is interesting over here. What's this? This is one of their very old ones, this orange one. I'm actually old enough to remember these. Whoa, look at that. That is absolutely immaculate condition, isn't it? Let me know in the comments if you're old enough to remember this. That is it's the Audi 100 Coupe S, the Coupe Sport. Wow, that is really, really nice. That is really nice. I love vintage cars. I went to Japan. I bought some Tamiya models that were vintage cars. This here, also a brand I've never heard of, ROX, R-O-X. Again, I sometimes wonder why we have so many brands. I mean, these are just not going to be, and these are obviously in the territory of BYD's Fanchang Bao. Or is ROX a customization company? I'm not sure, but I don't know. It's 998,000 RMB. I mean, it looks pretty luxury, but I'm pretty sure that you can get something from BYD. I don't actually like the design on this. Let's have a quick look inside. Yeah, it's pretty luxurious inside, but I just don't know anybody who would pay a million RMB almost for a car that you can probably buy from BYD for a fraction of the price. It looks nothing super special. I've never heard of the brand. If you know this brand ROX, you let me know in the comments down below. I've just spoke with some staff on the stand, and they said this brand was launched 3 years ago, but their main market is the Middle East, and I can actually tell that. It's kind of interesting because this is called the Royal Edition. I can really see this being popular in the Middle East, but it's one of those brands I think that may not be around for a long time. You know, it's super competitive in the car market here, and I think that there's going to be a lot of consolidation over the next 2 or 3 years. And I think the CEO of XPeng has already said that. I think he anticipates there'll be sort of less than 10 EV companies left. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed that little whiz around. It's not an in-depth video. It's not meant to be an in-depth video. To do an in-depth video on all these brands, all these models, the video will be 8 hours long. We're probably already over an hour. But anyway, thank you for tuning in. Hope it's given you a bit of insight into what's happening in the market here in China, in the car market. And anyway, from Guangzhou, at the Guangzhou Auto Show, for now, take care.